everyone, welcome to my Christmas cookie series. I'm going to get right to it. We're going to just start baking cookies right and left. In order to bake cookies, you have to make cookie dough. So that we're going to do right off the bat. Let's get busy in the kitchen. Cookie number 1 is oatmeal Scotchies. Here's what we need. We need oatmeal, sugar, that's brown sugar and white sugar mixed together. We need flour, we need butter or margarine, we need butterscotch chips, an egg, cinnamon, vanilla, baking powder, baking soda, and a little salt. Let's get all this mixed together. The recipe is on the bag. It came from Walmart Great Value Butterscotch Chips. Okay, and here's the recipe. Okay, you mix your dry ingredients in a small bowl. That's your flour, baking powder. Whoops, I knocked something over. Didn't have a lid on it. I mean, it had a lid on it, thank God. Okay, your baking soda, your salt, and your cinnamon. Mix those together. Then we're going to add 2 cups of oats. Okay, here's 1 cup. I got to get another cup. And there's another cup. Why this called for a small bowl? I don't know. I needed at least a medium bowl. These are just the dry ingredients, so they're already mixed. Now we got the big bowl with the sugar. We're going to beat the egg in that and put the margarine or butter in that. Now we do our wet ingredients. We add our butter or margarine to our sugars to cream them. Okay, we'll do that. So let it sit out a while. Let your butter or margarine sit out a while. Whoops, I knocked something over again. It's vanilla. I keep knocking it over. It's almost empty and it's real light. I've got another vanilla back there. Just cream your sugars together with the margarine. Like this. Get that creamed really well. Or mostly creamed. Let's see, you add your egg. Whoa. There we go. Make sure no eggshells get in there. I always check for that. And vanilla. Might as well go ahead and add that too. There we go. Measured it out. Okay. And beat that in there real good because there's an egg there and you got to beat it. Then you add your dry ingredients after you beat this really well. I'm not using a mixer, blender, whatever you call it, food processor for this. It's good exercise on my arms, on one arm anyway, my right arm. I don't want to clean them. It's hard cleaning those blades and they're dangerous. Okay, I guess I'm a wuss in that way. I try to avoid it as much as possible. Unless I make it a special dip, then I'll bring out the food processor. Here we go. Add the rest of your oats. You add them gradually, but oh my goodness, I had already added quite a bit. So now I'm going to finish this off. Oh my goodness. This is a workout, but I love it. I absolutely love it. Oh, this dough is looking so good. I love oatmeal dough. Oatmeal cookie dough. Absolutely love it. Now I'm going to put half this cookie dough into another bowl. The bowl that I'm not going to add the chips to. Okay, approximately half. Now what I did was I added the butterscotch chips to, it was a little over half of the cookie dough. And then the other part, the portion, I added raisins. My husband and I, we both love oatmeal raisin cookies. So we got 2 different oatmeal cookies going on here. I think that's great. Now I'm just going to mix in my butterscotch chips in this bowl. Mix it in pretty well, like this. And now the raisin, I'm going to mix that too. Mix it very well. I like my raisins mixed very well. There we go. You preheat your oven at 375 for 10 minutes and then you're good to go. I got my parchment paper on my pan. Just got to wait about 8 more minutes now. I'm going to just do the oatmeal Scotties. I'm just going to fill up the pan, whatever's left, we can bake another time. We've got plenty of time to bake cookies all through the holidays. And this I'm going to put in the refrigerator right away. It's the oatmeal raisin. I'm not baking that tonight because I still want to do the chocolate chip dough also. So we're going to be dropping these in a moment. The oatmeal Scotties. Okay, just get a tablespoon and drop them by heaping tablespoon. And I'm just going to continue doing this. Okay, I got my pan filled up. I remembered the last minute that I wanted to make small cookies, so some are bigger than the others. And we'll see how that goes. I may be taking the smaller ones out sooner, and I've done that before because I do watch my cookies very closely when they're baking. All right then, they're going to bake for 10 to 12 minutes. I'll be watching them. Those little ones are coming out about probably 9 minutes. We'll see. We'll check them about 7:02 by the OSU clock. In the meanwhile, I'm going to put this cookie dough in 2 different containers, and I'm using these little reusable sour cream containers, and then I'm going to label it so we know the difference. Although you could tell right off the bat when you bite into a raisin or a butterscotch chip. Now I'm in the process of removing the smaller cookies. Put them on the rack. And the bigger ones are going back in the oven just for a couple minutes because they're huge. Small. I wanted these to be even smaller than this, but the next batch I make of the oatmeal Scotties will be smaller, even smaller than this cookie here. Stuck with this one. When you're removing these cookies, be very careful. Be very gentle. Okay. Because they will fall apart if you're not careful. Put these 2 big ones back in the oven for just 2 minutes, maybe a minute and a half. Well, boy, I better watch them carefully, huh? So they don't burn. All right, I added the 2 large oatmeal Scotties to the batch, and here they are. I'm done baking in the oven for now. Now it's time to make the chocolate chip cookies. And I'm using a similar package that came from Walmart. It's Great Value brand, and the recipe is on the back. Here are the ingredients you'll need for your chocolate chip cookies. You'll need flour. You need 2 different kinds of sugars. That's brown sugar and white sugar. And you'll need a little salt, baking soda, chocolate chips, vanilla extract, an egg, or eggs if you're making a full recipe, and margarine or butter. This is very similar to the way we made the oatmeal Scotties. We'll start with our dry ingredients first. Add some baking soda, add some salt, mix that in with the flour. And then we'll start on our wet ingredients. Okay, cream your margarine or butter with your sugars. Just mix it in there. Make sure it's room temperature. Easy to work with. I think you can microwave the margarine or butter for a few seconds to soften it, but you don't want it to be melted. Cream that really well like I'm doing here. before you add your egg. But you can cream it some more after you add the egg. Adding the egg. Egg or eggs. Okay, according to how much you're making. Blend that really well. I'm going to go ahead and add the vanilla extract. Whoops. Easy to spill, be careful. Okay. And then we just add the flour mixture. I just want that beat up really good, the pieces of margarine and everything. Okay. Then you can gradually, or in this case, since it's only half of a recipe, the whole thing will go in. Trying to get all that flour out of there. The last thing you add are the chocolate chips. You can also add walnuts or pecans to this. But Danny, when he was a little boy, he said his mom put nuts in every cookie she made. He said every once in a while it's nice not to have nuts in a cookie. But when I make my Russian tea cakes, they have nuts, and he's fine with that. Some people call them walnut balls. All right, then. Let's get those chocolate chips in here. Ooh, that looks like a lot. I may not use all of that. This was, because we're going to add M&Ms too when I get them, and put a little icing. I don't want too many chocolate chips now. I might use that chocolate for something else. I'm a very frugal girl. I think that's enough. Use your discretion. You can follow the recipe if you want. Sometimes it calls for more chocolate chips than you really need. Normally I would refrigerate this, but I'm going to go ahead and make them tonight. All right, I'm going to drop them by spoon. Just like the oatmeal Scotties, I got these on $3.75, but this will take less time, 8 to 10 minutes. I'm going to make these really, really small. I want these to be a holiday cookie. I like the small ones. I'm going to try to make them really small. But you know, because of the baking soda, they will spread. Okay. There. All right, then I'm going to continue this. I've just got three more to make. And we'll see how this goes. I'm just going to make 2 more, I think. And if this is too bigger than what I wanted, I'll make them even smaller the next batch that I do later in the week. Okay. There we go. I'm going to put these in the oven. All right, I'm going to put these in the oven. I'm going to check them after about 7 minutes because they were very small. There we go. It's about 8 o'clock. I'll check them at 8 o'clock. And that's 8 p.m. I'm up kind of late. I'm storing the cookie dough that I didn't use tonight in the refrigerator the same way I stored the oatmeal Scottie and oatmeal raisin cookie dough. And I labeled it. You can also put the date on this, but I know I'm going to be using this within a few days probably. I think you can store it in the refrigerator. Some people say not more than 4 or 5 days. I've stored it longer. People disagree on that. You can also put it in the freezer, and I may, if I don't use it, but I'm pretty sure I'm going to use it within 5 days. Chocolate chip cookies are done. They were a little too close together. I didn't realize it. They were so small, I thought it would be okay. Next time, I'm going to make them even smaller than this. But I'm going to let these cool on the pan on the rack for a little while. And then we'll go from there. Now, my husband decided to help me with this. He loves chocolate chip cookies, and he's really on this. Okay. We'll get it taken care of. I am so glad my husband helped me with this, and they look beautiful. I will, after these are cooled a few days from now, I'll be putting a little icing on them and putting M&Ms on them, just a few, to decorate them for Christmas. The cookies are done. Oatmeal Scotties and chocolate chip cookies. I'll be decorating those chocolate chip cookies for Christmas with a little icing and M&Ms real soon. It's pretty late. I had to sit down, but these cookies turned out really well, and I'm very pleased. And I'm looking forward to that event, but I got more cookies to bake, and I'll probably be baking tomorrow, so watch for my video. God bless each and every one of you. I'll see you on the next one.